We've been talking on these videos about, is Microsoft trying to force people into buying new hardware? What do you do about it? Is it going to do damage to the used market? All of that kind of stuff. There's an interesting other thing that should be talked about here, though. So, honestly, those of us that are watching these videos, myself included, can bypass Windows hardware requirements for Windows 11. I know how to do it. I've done it, but I don't advertise how to do it here. I don't want to deal with the potential. I don't really know what the potential is for Microsoft to tell you to take the video down or whatever. I just don't want to deal with it. So I think everyone that watches my videos can figure out how to do it. I don't think you guys really need any help with that. But for the average guy out there, uh, what was I calling him? Joe Average, right? Joe is just going to do what Microsoft tells him, right? These people that don't really, because and here's the thing: a lot of us that are in this are really deep into it. We're really deep into the tech stuff, and the reality is that most people are not us. I don't know what percentage of people is us, but most people are not us. Most people just want to go home, check their email, use, I guess that's, people don't go home and check their email anymore, right? People just want to go home. They want to check their Facebook messages. They want to maybe do a little bit of their photo editing on Lightroom. They want to, yeah, I don't know. They just want to do the basics. Maybe watch some YouTube, right? That's all your average guy wants to do. Now, interestingly enough, on the use Linux argument, those people are actually the people who would be ideal for Linux, because pretty much everything they want to do, there's nothing specialized. It can be done on Linux just fine. Those people are actually the ones that could change, but that's not what this video is about. But those people, they're just going to see that they're going to see that little message, that your hardware is not supported. That's not for us. That's not for me and you. Okay? It's not for me. It's not for you. That message is for Joe Average. Joe is going to see that, and he's just going to know that he needs to get a new computer because his stuff isn't supported anymore. Now, he may have a friend that's me or you that says, "Oh, I know how to get around that. I know how to do something that'll make that, not be that way." And you'll proceed to tell him that you have a workaround and blah blah blah. And some people may take that option, but a lot of people won't, right? A lot of people are really rigid and they want to do it right. That's really just how a lot of people are. They're going to be worried that if they do that, something's going to break in Windows. Yeah, even I'm not sure that it's not going to eventually break, but I have the ability to correct it if it does break. A lot of these people don't. They just see a headache, and the cure to their headache is to go down to Best Buy and buy a new computer. So that being the case, what about next time? So I firmly believe that there is a very good chance they're going to start doing this every couple of years. So like every 3 years, they're going to go through, and I don't think it's actually to make money off Windows. That's kind of a side effect. It's because their partners, the hardware vendors that sell computers, they want to sell computers, and they can't sell computers if the old computers are able to run the new OS. People just, if Microsoft just does a free upgrade to the next, because Microsoft's incentive is to get you on the new OS so that they can push the new version of Office 365 on you. It'll run better, that kind of stuff. They can get their new telemetry on you, all of that. That's Microsoft's incentive. But getting forcing people into new computers, I don't really think that's an incentive for Microsoft. In fact, that's an incentive for HP, for Dell. In fact, my understanding is that they don't really. I don't think Microsoft really makes their money off of Windows anymore. They really make their money off of all their web services and Office and all that kind of stuff. That's where the real money is for them. So they don't. I don't see Microsoft as having a massive incentive financially to get everyone to upgrade their computers as much as the hardware vendors. So Yeah, I'm definitely concerned that what you're going to see is every couple of years, Microsoft's going to go in and say, okay, you got to have, maybe within 3 generations or something like that of current hardware. And that's going to make it so that you're, I don't know, 80, 90% of Windows users who are Joe average are just going to say, okay, I gotta just go down and buy a new computer. And who knows if they're really successful at it, they may even get it through people's mind. I mean, let's take it another step. Cell phones, most people are on a 3 year, maybe 5 for some, but I think most people are on a 3 year upgrade cycle for their phone. What if Microsoft gets it through people's heads that their computer is just like their phone? And then they take it a step further. They get you on that same like payment plan that they do that the phone has, right? I totally I see it, especially see tablets. One of the interesting things about the especially Surface, Microsoft Surface tablets. So what I've seen is that they seem, even though they're I technically in some ways they are a higher end piece of technology than your phone. I guess a phone can be a $1,500 $1,600 device, and a Microsoft tablet is also a $1,000 device, so maybe less expensive. But it's a, how do you explain this? It's a more substantial piece of computing device. You don't think of your Windows device the same way as you think of your cell phone, right? You think of your Windows device as your real computer, and then you think of your cell phone as your mobile device, even though it may cost more, but you're not accounting for that more because it's, on a contract. But that's the thing. So many people go out and they buy a uh, a a cell phone on that 3 year contract, and they don't even really. A lot of people don't really think about their $1,600 device. I mean, if you've got a flagship phone, you've got I think a top end phone with the top storage capacity is now something like a 1499 to 1699 device. Yeah, what if they, and a lot of people can't justify, because when you buy a computer, you're going to buy a computer on your credit card. That's going to, or even cash, that's money in your brain, right? That's real money in your brain. You're not, your cell phone, you think, all you really think about is that 49.99, 39.99, even, if you're on a special 24.99 a month that phone costs. It's like buying a car. A lot of people, when they go buy a car, I used to sell cars, and one of the things they always taught us was that people don't really think, in many cases, about what the car costs. The car may cost 35,000, but those people aren't thinking about that. They're thinking of the cost in their head is $450 because they're only thinking monthly cost, right? So if Microsoft can get you on that same train, and then they can start selling them that way, I see that as a thing. I guarantee you're going to start seeing that. In fact, we've already seen tablet plans through tablets offered through your cell provider. They'll offer you a tablet when you go in to buy a phone. You will often be offered sometimes a high end tablet to go with your phone. I think usually they offer Android, but I think I have seen them offer like Windows Surface type devices, things like that. So just some thought to consider as to where this is actually going. Anyway, thanks for watching my blathering nonsense.